Alright, so we talking about some things that might be trending, and we were just saying how it kind of switched already from Diddy to this fucking New York guy that got shot. You heard about that one, right?
Hell yeah, bro. And you know what? I'm supposed to be like, man, fuck him because he's a healthcare executive, but I've been trying not to be too much of a dick lately. So
I put a post up, and then I was talking mad disrespectful shit, and then I was like, you know what? I don't know the guy's story. He might have kids.
He probably has kids, got a wife, and it's like, I don't want to see anybody. He probably was living a good life and probably worked like real hard to get there. Because I was like you, I was like, fuck that guy. But I'm like, I can't fault the guy.
I feel like it's one or the other. He's either going to be a guy that you're like, this fucking piece of shit, they should have shot him again. Or he's going to be like, oh man, he was like the perfect guy, right? He like married his high school sweetheart. They had 3.5 kids.
I mean, look, we all have our skeletons. He's an executive, so you know he's got some side women. You know he's getting fucked up. He's flying all these different places and probably banging underage whores, but that's merely allegedly speculation. But again, he's probably got a wife, probably has kids. I don't want to see any harm come to the. Unfortunately, I think he died, which is bullshit. I feel bad for the man's family. But I was like you, I was talking shit.
That's what we do.
Yeah, but I drank too much the other night, man. I was being just mean. I tried to be like satirical and funny. I was being like mean spirited and shit. Like I just switched my account. I'm like, I'm gonna go to this different account because I don't even want to think about that. Ah man, I'm a mess.
Just commenting like, dude, it's so hard when you're scrolling and you see dumb shit not to just jump right in.
But I will say this, like. If I come across some guys that post shorts and they talk about some interesting shit, like really unique aspects of U.S. geography and some pretty like weird and morbid facts, and you can tell these guys they got a little something wrong with them, maybe a speech impediment. I'm always like super positive with those guys. It's like, keep doing, you're doing great. Like,
you're like Robin.
Love to see it. What?
You're like Robin Hood.
Robin Hood. I rob from the rich and I give to the mentally handicapped.
Yeah, you're sticking up for the little guy.
I tell these guys how good of a job they're doing. Because it's got to be rough for that kid to put himself out there. You know, he probably had that lisp and that speech impediment. I don't know if kids are as ruthless as
they are. There's probably people watching us saying the same things.
More than likely. I hope they're just as
positive. I'm so proud of these two.
I think those two are doing great work. Wonderful how two mentally unstable, mentally handicapped gentlemen in their 40s can come back and put this poorly orchestrated pile of dog shit together.
It's so encouraging, and the way they just put themselves out there despite their handicaps.
I can't wait to be patronized. One of them clearly has a substance abuse problem, and you know, I hope he gets the help he needs. That's the thing, bro. I'm sure we've touched on this many times. A lot of times I've been like, look, I did something stupid. I wasn't thinking clearly. Like, yeah, I was sober, but I wasn't on my meds. Like, when you have a mental deficiency, nobody gives a shit. All you have to say is, I'm sorry, I have an alcohol and substance abuse problem. Oh, you poor thing. Let's get you the help you need. People are real quick to forgive that.
Sometimes.
Well, that's personal experience. I don't know shit. And also, you know what I got to do? I got to stop talking shit about other people's channels because they're way more successful than I am. Maybe they're trying too hard, but that's like, that's their thing. Let them do their thing.
You know what? We can keep talking shit.
I'm trying to be more positive.
I actually didn't post the last episode yet.
No shit.
Because at the very end, I started talking shit about Joe Rogan again. I just can't help myself.
Yeah, you're doing that a lot early on.
Not on purpose. I'm trying to be friendly because he finally fucking interviewed Trump. And then, of course, I was talking shit about him and his dad at the very end, you know?
Who, Trump or Rogan?
Rogan.
Oh.
But, you know, I don't feel like dealing with any little fucking midgets that are trying to kickbox me, you know what I mean?
And he kicks like a fucking mule. I mean...
And even if I run, he'll fucking bust out a fucking bow and arrow and just hunt me like an elk.
And he could hunt you like an elk with a bow and arrow. Rogan's a psychopath. But I know why you did it. And I'm starting to realize the importance of it. It's like, if you are what you think, or you are what you think about. So if you're talking shit about how, man, I'm dumb as bricks, I'm an idiot, I'm this and that, and like you kind of gravitate towards those things. But
self-fulfilling prophecy too.
Exactly.
If you do something dumb, now you just like validated your own opinion, right?
And that's what I was doing. But you're always like, I'm the fucking man. He's like, I'm already better than him. It's just not there yet. It's just, I'm already there, but...
I heard a great line in a meeting today. The guy goes, we got a disease that tells us we're the shit. At the same time, it tells us we ain't shit.
Yeah, it's called bipolar. But So I see why you do what you do, man. Like, and it always keeps you sort of in a positive mindset where I'm already successful here. It's gonna happen here. It's gonna happen there, and it's gonna happen in my bank account. So
And it happens in the reverse. You know, if you're already defeated in your mind, you could be the team with a 10-point lead. But if you're mentally worn out, you know, that other team just keeps coming. You give up a couple goals, and now it's not a big lead anymore. Now it's a 1-point game, and now you're starting to bet. You know, you're back on your heels and shit. That's how it happens.
Starting to second guess yourself.
You can see these teams if you're watching games and you know body language and sports and shit. You can see these teams when they're just flat, and you can see the writing on the wall. You know what. You know, you can just tell they're about to fold. You know.
And yeah, the Toronto Maple Leafs and the New York Knicks, man. Nobody does it better.
I love when they play each other.
Yes, exactly.
It's always a great game.
Yes. You sell it so well, dude. You're the one guy you make me say. I'm like, is he fucking with me? I can't even tell. But that's the Vancouver Canucks, perfect example. They will win the President's Trophy and fold in the first round. They just know they're going to lose.
Sometimes, you know, you bust your nut during the season.
And that tends to happen with the Leafs, man. They'll put great regular season together and just...
It's a different game when the playoffs.
100%. And they play pretty boy hockey. And that's why the Florida Panthers were so successful, man. They didn't do shit in the regular season the past 2 years. Especially 2 years ago. They needed a miracle to get in the playoffs, and they run all the way to the Stanley Cup final. They play tough guy hockey. Like, you can't bully them like you used to. The Leafs you can bully, especially when you're playing the Bruins. Bruins are going to bully you. So
didn't they beat the Bruins last year in the first round?
They did not.
No,
they beat Tampa.
Or was I thinking
2
Florida
years ago.
that year? That
Florida, fucking the Bruins tried to bully Florida, and that's again. I think too much success can be a bad thing. They had to set the regular season.
We don't have to worry about that.
Not yet. Well, you know what? I used to be like, yeah, you're out of your mind. Now I'm starting to think, one day.
No, we're both out of our mind.
That's all right. Hey, if it wasn't for crazy people, you wouldn't have a smartphone. You wouldn't have a laptop. You wouldn't have an awesome hybrid car, which, dude, I meant it when I actually really like that.
My car?
Especially when I saw the gas mileage. I'm like, oh, this
hate it. I really? It. Dude, it makes all these... So, I must have hit some button by mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Get a time check, too, by the way, just so we can keep track of ourselves here.
11:50.
Oh. You didn't have to do it out loud.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Now we got to start over.
My bad.
Now people are going to know what time we recorded.
I see, he's fucking with me now, but I used to give away. What's his last name? What's his social security number? I don't know, man. I'm autistic. Go ahead, please continue.
What were we talking about?
God damn it, I don't know. I don't listen when you speak. So you were talking about your car making weird noises. You might have hit some buttons.
Yeah. I got a Kia Sorento, and the thing has so many built-in annoying ass fucking things. If I'm in the driveway and I don't have my seatbelt on, I can't put the car in reverse to fucking back out. I have to put the seatbelt on. Like, I can push on the gas and the car will like automatically brake itself to just roll out of the driveway.
That infuriates.
Yeah. Even if you're going forward or backwards, right?
Yeah.
If it's on like any sort of a fucking incline, it fucking triggers it. I hit some button by mistake the other day, so now it's got this like lane control bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
So the minute I start crossing a line, it tries to like, and like if I back up, the fucking thing beeps. Like, it is non-fucking stop with this fucking car. I cannot stand it. It is just so fucking annoying.
All right. Well, don't get too excited. A Buddy's Escalade right here does the same thing, but all of those options in that Cadillac can be reversed. So there's got to be a way you can disable the seatbelt sensor.
Pull a fucking...
You don't even have to pull a fuse. I'm sure there's a sensor right there on your display where you could... The lane assist, you can definitely get rid of that.
Yeah.
And the seatbelt thing, there's got to be a way to get rid of that.
Oh, dude, here's the best part, right? If you fucking call me, my phone's already on the Bluetooth. It's already connected.
Mm-hmm.
I have to hit a button that says use hands-free. How the fuck is that hands-free?
Now, I see you getting angry, and I'm right there with you. I hate that.
Now you're happy.
I
haven't smoked weed in 2 days, that's why.
Oh, it's going to be a fun one tonight. And in a few minutes this morning.
Where are we at now?
11:53.
11:53, all right.
Your internal clock is wonderful.
We'll just keep checking every 3 minutes.
That was a joke, come on. But that is just a flex of government control. It is...
The clock?
The clock, yeah, I don't need a fucking clock telling me what time it is. I can look at the sun. Crocodile.
I don't know if Kia's in bed with the government.
Every car manufacturer, man, there are government regulations, and there's shit. You find out that like 2007 models had this feature in them that nobody knew about that tracked the car. Like, you find out that the government had a lot of intervention.
Well, now I'm pretty sure they're all fucking like basically connected to the internet and recording you. The same way like your phone does.
I believe
like
so.
We could sit in my car and start talking, and next thing you know, our phone will be selling us dildos.
Oh, you just wait for your car starts showing your targeted ads while you drive. But I don't like that government intervention.
Pop up on the fucking thing. It's like the steering control kicks in. It's like, oh, here, stop steering. Just watch this commercial. It fucking projects it on the windshield.
It automatically pulls you into a rest stop. Projects it all on the windshield.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Well, that's gonna be the best, because then you're gonna actually just see what the fuck people are searching all the time. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You'll see some fucking old lady with Astroglide fucking commercial.
Professional polyurethane Astroglide and accompanying dildos are the right ones for you. We know you're a homosexual and you like to give or take it up the rear.
Are you sick of jizz getting in your dentures?
I need dentures.
So I had a nice little day today.
Oh, do tell, please and thank you. I hope it's not a fucking...
I'm feeling better, man. I'm feeling better. I was in a funk. I think it's because we weren't recording, among other things.
Well, damn, now I feel even worse.
No, you should feel better, because you showed up after a few weeks break. Mm-hmm. We got back in the saddle. I felt fucking way better after getting that done last week. I still got to post it. I'll post it. And then... yeah, man. I still had my little ups and downs. Maybe, I don't know. I haven't smoked weed in a couple of days. Maybe I'll try to keep that going. But I had a girl from the rooms over today.
Okay.
And, dude, man, my room is coming together little by little. I put the blinds up. So now I got blinds. I got a bed. Like, I
gotta tell you, I like
dude,
the way you have it.
It's looking like a real fucking room.
Real room, bro. You're motivating me.
And so she helped me put the blinds up.
Yeah.
Here's a little advice for the ladies in the audience. Talking to you, Connor. You guys want to get a man to do something? The easiest way to get a man to do something, start trying to do it yourself. The minute you watch a dumb bitch try to read the fucking instructions for something as simple as a fucking set of blinds, you literally screw two things into the thing and you click the blind into it. The minute you start seeing them read instructions and ask for this and ask for that, you're just going to say, give me this shit, get the fuck out of the way, sit over there. Get off the bed, move.
You could do it, click the blinds into it. Yeah, no, that is actually a really good way. Although I've become like so jaded and dejected that like I'll sit there and watch the bitch fail over and over again. But that has something to do with hating myself and hating the people around me. But I'm getting better.
That's a different... See, but that's a different scenario. I'm talking about, small little psychological tricks to get a guy to kind of, take initiative, right? Guy like me, I don't want the women involved. Get the fuck out of the way. Let me go fix it. Guy like you want to make her suffer.
Yeah, that's got to be some deep-rooted psychological issue I possess.
Nah, I think it's you and her. You guys have your own little unique relationship.
Yeah.
But the girl I had over today was pretty cool. She was...
Same one?
No, a different one.
Okay.
It's funny how it worked out. Yeah. So, I actually reached out to her to try to talk to her about another girl. I was like, hey, I'm kind of friendly with this one, I'll pick her brain on a few things, with G Money. And so I was like, oh, hey, how's it going with that guy? And she just is like, oh, yeah, I broke up with him, so what are you doing? And I'm like, oh, shit. Like,
there you go.
And then so I also recently started talking to a friend of hers. Kind of like a similar scenario where, I kind of was just like being friendly. But, same thing where it's like, oh, no, like, is this girl thinking that we're going to like hook up now? Because... I'm really not trying to screw around too much. I've been doing very good at not getting laid, I just want to keep the streak going.
Well, the thing is, you are very good, and I've seen you work magic. you come with that confidence. You know how to speak to a woman. You know how to you know how to say all the right things. So for you not getting laid, I think it's purposefully done.
A little bit.
I think you're in this mindset that you have to earn it. You have to deprive yourself. Like
not really. It's
No?
almost like self-control. Honestly, it's just I know if I start fucking with some chicks that aren't for the purpose of actually being in a relationship, is just for me to get my dick sucked or just for me to get a nut off.
Yeah.
It's gonna take me down a path I don't want to go, because I'm like you're saying, I'm not gonna like the girl.
Yeah.
I'm gonna naturally, I think you'll start to resent the bitch, if it's like it's like you hate that you have to keep her around just to have somebody to fuck, type of thing. You know what I mean?
All right.
So it's like, or you don't build up any resentment because you just fuck her. And then you move on, and then you go fuck the next one, and then next thing you know, you're hooking up with 4 or 5 chicks, and then the one that because you're in momentum, they smell the pheromones.
They
now
fucking do.
all of a sudden the one that you want shows up, but then she breaks up with you because you're falling asleep, and she's looking at your phone as it's buzzing in the middle of the night, and she's, who the fuck is this bitch? It's the bitch I needed to fuck to be able to get you. So why are you complaining?
I was with you until the very end. I have yet to leave a bitch I've yet to be left by a woman who finds out I was talking to another woman. It immediately makes your stock go up because alarms start going off.
I don't want that shit. I know. I agree with you, right? But
then again, I was a horrible person.
I don't want that shit, dude. I don't want the bullshit, and I definitely don't want the ones that are gonna stick around for the bullshit. Because
she's weak.
They're just gonna invite more bullshit, I feel like. Yeah.
And you have enough bullshit going on.
Yeah, like I want some just simple ass shit, I don't know. Like it's nice, having some girls stop by the house, hang out, give me a little motivation to get some things done. That's enough for me, man. I don't need my dick sucked. I can fucking figure that shit out whenever the fuck I need it. But if I do get my dick sucked, then I'm going to want to get my dick sucked again. And then it's just like chasing after the next fucking hit,
It's chasing quick dopamine.
Yeah.
And that's not your style. But just based on...
That's going to lead me to... Because, the girls fucking, like... I don't hook up with, like, regular chicks. All the girls I've been hooking up with are all into this fucking, crazy-ass fucking shit. So it's like, there's no middle ground for me. So like I'm hanging out with these girls trying to act like a normal fucking person, and I'm used to spitting in the girl's mouth before I even fucking meet her. You know what I mean? It's like she already knows that I'm gonna fucking smack the shit out of her before we ever fucking even met each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So then you meet like a regular chick, and it's just like, I don't know how to do this. You're probably gonna get mad if I start choking you.
I've yet to find a woman who was not into that. Yet to, ever since I started doing it. And like, dude, I started getting cocky on like a first date. Just slapping her. Not hard and not out of anger, because I've never hit a woman out of anger.
So I hope the listeners at home are realizing how, we're not demeaning to women.
It's just wacky sex stuff.
As you can hear, he's giving them what they want.
That's the thing. And trust me, what she tells you what she wants, it's not. You gotta really listen to subtext, body language, and she will let you know, but you have to know what to listen for. But of course, I mean, it's and I have recordings of them saying, please do this, and it's all for wacky sex stuff. And I know people do. There's gonna be some people out there, out of our 12 listeners, there's gonna be one that goes, oh, I know what the fuck they're talking about. Everyone else can be like, these guys are fucking monsters.
Maybe.
But dude, sometimes you just gotta, and when you do choke, you don't choke here. You get that over here, so on the side. So it feels like they're being choked. It feels like a lot of pressure.
Yeah, you
but
don't
they
want
can
to be
still breathe.
down on the windpipe there.
No, that's it. So you leave this like loose, but you put pressure over here, like where my thumbs are.
We could be saving lives right now.
And that's when a bitch wants to be choked while you're banging right here. Notice my voice changed, but I'm still having.
Yeah, if you guys are at home, feel free to try with
on small children and
the
animals.
first woman you walk past in public.
Hey, Grandma. My grandma's fucking cool. Backtrack. Now, speaking of which, the woman you're talking about, or the women that are into some wacky shit, we haven't touched on this in a while, but I've been keeping track. And Tony's wacky, psycho, astrological, Chinese zodiac nonsense has been successful. When using that, dude, I'm running about 58.36%.
We got a spreadsheet.
But our mystery person who just picks out of whatever continually like between 69 and a quarter and 71 and 5/8. Like
we gotta put a parlay in, man.
Well, I found something.
Yeah.
It's called Odds Jam.
Okay.
Now
what are the odds I jam my dick in your ass?
Well, fuck. Let me have a couple more of these yingers or this undisclosed beer because I don't have sponsorship. And
we gotta get our own little koozies.
We gotta get koozies. But since I've used your method, I have not lost a week. I have not gone below 50%. And anything above 50% is profitable. However, I did find something easier, more manageable, less work on our part. It's called Odds Jam. And I probably should have not said the name because they're not giving me any money. But you look at about a guaranteed 10% return, which doesn't sound like much, but you're barely getting that out of like some long-term investment or some long-term.
Yeah, but if you do it 10 days in a row, it probably wouldn't even take 10 days to make 100%. Because 10%, now you go from 100 to 110. 10% of that is 11. 10% of that is 12. 10% of that is going to be like 13. So as that accrues, it might not even take a full 10 rounds to get that 10 by 10 equal double your money,
Well, it's to make it work, you got to put in about $500. And I won't go into the details of how it works, but this guarantees you this much back. So you put in 500, getting 50 back. And then the next day, maybe we bet hockey. Bet hockey, you put another 500 in, you're getting another $50 back. So you're getting a 10% return.
See, this is a good time of year to gamble because you got hockey and basketball every night.
Hockey, basketball every night. You got football Thursday. Well, you know what football's on. But this is something I think we should look into along with this that I have been keeping track of. We are now in week 14. However, what pisses me off is the mystery person. This person is consistently just around 70%. And that's just, I like that team's color.
I'll take it.
But
we got to get an account. We got to get an account, throw a few bucks in there and start chipping away and seeing what we can do. You never know, man.
I think
going back to the Zodiac killer. That's what you should just call me from now on.
You kind of are. I thought you were nuts. It's kind of working. I want to hate you, but I can't because it's been pretty productive.
I've been telling our simp buddy over here,
the one up the road over here.
Yeah, the local, the local simp. I was telling him he's a 9. Get into some crypto. He hasn't been listening. He's got a nice chunk of change that he was talking about having to move out of this one account for tax purposes by the end of the year, yada, yada, yada. He's been dragging his feet. He doesn't have to do it. He can kind of do it next year or whatever, but it was something he'd been talking about, wanting to kind of throw this money into something, right? Telling him all year to fucking do crypto because he's a 9. The fucker don't listen to me. And Bitcoin, I think, at least doubled or something this year, like just in the last couple months, since just
I'm definitely looking up
Bitcoin price, that is definitely shot up. So if he had put the amount of money that he was supposed to put in there, he would have fucking been set. Yeah. And it's just one more example of all this fucking Zodiac shit panning out. I had the girl over today, right? So she's like, well, what about this guy? This is the guy that I just started talking to. I go to pull his shit up, and sure enough, it's the enemy sign, right? So she's like, oh, but this guy is perfect. He's everything I would want. And I'm
gonna go invest.
What do you just do Bitcoin? Just type in Bitcoin. You don't have to.
I wanted to see the lifetime. I want to see how much it's grown.
Just type in Bitcoin. You see it right here.
Oh my!
Scroll down though. Scroll down. Because you can go to the...
Okay, this is what I was looking for. My bad.
Go to the...
your year-to-date?
No. Just the last month or so.
Let's go 1 month.
Yeah, so look. Or even do 6 months. Do 6 months. So look, if he had invested... What was 6 months ago? 6 months ago was this?
Hold on, we're December. So 6 months ago, we're right here. We're about 71.
So if he had invested at one of these low points,
We'll say somewhere around August
so he
5th,
would have almost doubled it.
54 at the low point. And
So like 60 to 100, basically.
it's 100. It's 100 today. Oh my God, why didn't I get involved in this? Oh.
Or we got a buddy that has some Bitcoin. I think he should be doing pretty good right now.
Dude.
Bro, this is the stuff that pisses me off, man. It's like, if I had played my cards right, man, you know, who the fuck knows? I could have been sitting on fucking millions worth of this bullshit.
You could have, and we both did. Look, I had a tax client back in 2017 that dumped a few days before Bitcoin hit 10 grand. Everyone was losing their mind. He made 100 to 150,000 on a Bitcoin on selling his Bitcoin, and then it tanked like 4 days later. Like the dude knew something, but he was like, "Yo, when this tanks, you're gonna want to buy in." And I didn't have the money, dude. If I would, Jesus Christ, let's see. I don't know. Let's see, 5 years. Let's go back to where we are. Dude, whatever. It would have cost me it tanked 7,500. I'd have, if I bought one Bitcoin, I would have profited $93,000. Fuck me. But you know what? Hey, I'm adopting your mindset. We had those opportunities, but you know what? We're going to have more opportunities.
But here's the thing. Would you have held it this long? Or would you have sold it and done a bunch of drugs?
Probably sold it and done a bunch of drugs.
Did you hear about the guy that sold like a Bitcoin? He like bought a pizza in Bitcoin when it was like dirt cheap. So he ended up spending like $10 million on the pizza.
Here's the thing. I remember, I think I saw a video on YouTube. The guy, he paid the guy Bitcoin. Bitcoin was like $8, $10, whatever the guy's like planning. Now that dude, if he held on to it, is worth at least $100,000.
Bro, you know who's probably gonna end up being fucking loaded? There was a bunch of delis and like there were certain stores when Bitcoin first started coming around, like becoming a little bit more popular, that were like taking Bitcoin. Like you could go into like a deli and like buy a soda with like Bitcoin or something. Imagine like the guys that are just getting like a couple bucks here, a couple bucks there worth of Bitcoin, and then it's like, nah, this shit's worth. These guys are gonna be like multi-millionaires just for like a couple cans of soda.
That's it. What if you have the Arab market and they just those guys are always making money. We'll take Bitcoin. We'll take Bitcoin for a Pepsi. We'll take Bitcoin for a hot dog, and they just kind of. I don't want to bother. It's over here in this account.
That's their culture, bro. That was like the trade route back in the day. Like that's why they're always like haggling shit. Like everything was literally going through back and forth from like India, like all the spices and all the shit, like China, all that shit to go to Europe was all going through there.
Going to the Middle East, and those guys, they were fair businessmen. And dude, they were smart. Like they invented algebra, they invented calculus. That's a perfect example of an area where religion killed all these scientific expansion, because they came up with a lot of the modern mathematical processes and a lot of the astronomical systems, basis for the systems we still use today. But that's it. They're a haggling culture, and if you don't haggle with them, they don't respect you. But exactly, they always had, because you got to pass right through. It's like, we'll let you pass through. Give me just this much, little bit, because they know they're getting a few hundred miles down the road. You're going to see my cousin. You're going to get a little more. He's going to get a little more from you. Like they pool their resources.
Imagine if you got a fucking Bitcoin for a can of soda.
That's it.
When the shit was like $1.
Again, and then 1.5 Bitcoins. Now like 150 grand just off Bitcoin.
You go cash it in, go buy like $100,000 fucking car.
Think about how much Mountain Dew I could buy. I was on a Mountain Dew kick. I gotta tell you, man, since I changed this little mindset, those Mountain Dews are just, they don't taste as good like they used to. Now I'm like, no, I want water. Now I know I'm drinking beer. It's Friday.
There's water in beer. It's the first ingredient.
Well, I'm saying, dude, I've been getting up early. I've been hitting that protein. I've been getting to the gym early. I've been doing the little things like you fucking told me, do the little things, and I finally listened. And I'm only like a week in. I can already feel a difference mentally.
Good, man.
So, I appreciate you sticking with me.
I appreciate you, man.
And I think
this is the up and up. That's what we're all about, man. Fixing them fucking mental issues. If you're sitting at home and you're crazy, all you need to do is subscribe, send us some money, and we'll solve all your problems. The reason your problems haven't been solved yet is because you haven't sent us enough money.
Enough money. You send us enough money, we'll fix all your problems.
We just have to get a P.O. box for you to send it to. But we're working on it.
I have a P.O. box.
Do you?
the mail used to go there.
You're supposed to have one. The lady's not happy that the mail's going to the house. She
Okay.
wants it going to a P.O. box for some reason. I don't know why.
All right, next time you talk to her, I'm going to reopen the P.O. box. I took advantage of the old lady, and I was an idiot, but I'm making amends. I'm paying back what I owe, and it's going to take a few months, but we'll be back on our good graces soon enough. Yeah, she told me that. Dude, that's a problem, man. Back then, I didn't listen to anybody. I didn't show any gratitude. I just took and didn't care, and like the rules didn't apply to me. I don't know where I got that mindset from. I was acting like a real jerk off.
It's because you need to go to the penalty box.
I did need to go to the penalty box.
Speaking of which, you're not facing any jail time coming up?
No, bro. I gotta tell you, the prosecutor for the town where you took me to court, I want to say, but I'm not gonna say, fucking wonderful human being.
I hope I get lucky. I got court twice next week. I got the one case Monday, then the other one Friday. So hopefully I'll clear up a bunch of the shit with the kids. Be able to see them.
All right, that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm happy to hear that. Now, we're not going to go into detail here, but this is stemming from a while back, from like over the summer and shit.
We're not going to go into detail, but let's start talking about it.
Well, vaguely. I just want to make sure it's not something.
No.
It's
It's
school.
like,
It's
the same shit. Just
That's
finally got a court date, you know?
I didn't mean to.
I was so close today to fucking sending a message and just like ripping them a new asshole.
No. Look.
I should have had court today, but she had to fucking adjourn it and push it back a week. And I was about to fucking send them this long ass email, like cursing them off. And it's like,
play nice. Our mutual friend is right, bro. I know you. See, when you don't smoke, that's when you're like, man, fuck these people.
well, that's the problem, man. Like, I'm way fucking more like sharp and just like, obviously I smoke a lot of the indica stuff because I want it to calm me down. And it works really well for some of the anger shit. But then the rest of the day, I'm kind of like lazy and...
That's a drawback. But I will notice it does calm you down. And you are much more even-keeled. You go with the flow. I don't think you're as sharp, but I do think you're still very funny when you're on it. But when you're off it, man, that's when you get crazy and I know, dude, because I'm a fucking psychopath, but our mutual friend is right, bro. Just play the game, play the humility.
You gotta work with her. He's like, Tony, you just gotta suck the dick, man. You just gotta suck the dick.
Bro, Tony, you just gotta suck the dick.
And it's like, no.
That's it. I respect that, but I also think you're a fucking idiot. But then again, who am I to judge? Because I have done my fair share of dumb shit.
Yeah, it happens to the best of us.
But I'm glad you're moving forward, and I'm glad you didn't send that message. Now I'm starting to think you might have sent that message.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I walked into a meeting, and like as I was sitting there typing, I was just like, all right, let me put this in my pocket for a minute. Dude, the other day, man, like after we recorded, like the next day or two, like I went to a meeting or something, and like I woke up angry. I was in that mood again, like still, Something about walking into that meeting, though. It's like everything kind of got lifted. And it might have been after we recorded because we were still talking on the phone after that, I don't know if it was like the next morning or whatever.
No, we were talking on the phone that night.
Dude, I felt like you ever like smoke and then when you're like sitting at the table with your parents or something, you're trying to like not look high and then you start giggling at shit. So you're like looking down, trying not to like, look all giggly. That's how I felt in the meeting. I walked in, I was literally like fucking pissed off on the drive there, pissed off, woke up pissed, drove over there pissed, got out of the car pissed, and then like just as I'm walking through the door and then went downstairs, all of a sudden for some reason I started to just have this like kind of like happy-go-lucky, like easygoing kind of feeling. And then I sat down and I started giggling and I'm like, felt like I was high. I'm like looking down at the floor, like, dude, they're gonna think I'm on something.
So you weren't high?
No, they thought I'm like they're gonna think I'm on something because I'm like giggling like you're in class or something, and trying not to get caught by the teacher.
Well, you gotta think about this. You were in a very negative, downward spiral mindset. You walking in there lifted your spirits, got that dopamine going, it got you feeling good. And yes, to go from that extreme low to that extreme high, you're gonna be elated. You're gonna be very happy. And I've done it too, where something happens and that switch, and you just kind of start laughing to yourself. Yeah. But like people are gonna look at you and think, "What the fuck is wrong with this guy? He's on something right now."
Laugh again.
So I wanted to ask you about attending a certain meeting. I would feel like a fraud going into one of those meetings.
Yeah.
Knowing that, like, yo,
you know
it's
what?
not now, but eventually.
Half of the people that go into these fucking things
Yeah.
are probably bullshitting.
Okay.
Maybe not half, but out of every meeting, you're probably going to find a guy who's either lying about something, he's actually taking this medication or that medication, or it's like the stuff. So if you're going to I think we already talked about this, but if you're going to sit there and say the definition of addiction is being this like compulsive, like you have to have it, right? Like people are like that with the cigarettes, like mood altering substance. Like, bro, you eat food, it changes your mood. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
the thing, where's the line?
Yeah, like, you know, but it sucks because like you would think people who are fucking drug addicts would at least be a little bit more open minded to like. If I was to send them an episode and be like, oh, here, watch my shit. And then, like, the first fucking 2 seconds, I'm sitting here smoking the pen.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't even want to share it with people that are probably, like, the biggest market of people to even share it with. Just because I'm, like, I feel like I'm kind of playing that game where I'm towing the line and kind of bullshitting, you know, half in, half out. You know, a lot of these people talk about weed as if it's, like, you know.
Like, it's still the 1950s.
For them, it's a trigger.
Yeah.
Everybody's different. We said this. How you smoke and, you know. Yeah. Everybody's different. For me, I take the shit and it's like, whatever. It just calms me down. It takes the edge off a little bit and it helps me with the anger. But I think the anger issues will subside a lot when I'm able to see my kids and everything is a little more the way it's supposed to be. You know? Hopefully I can get a little momentum in the job department.
Mm-hmm.
When they look up my fucking record and it looks like I'm a fucking goddamn terrorist, it ain't gonna fucking help much.
All right, well, I ran into a guy today who, and I might take it just for the time being. I'm still holding out for like that high paying accounting job, but FedEx, like, or not FedEx, UPS over there, over at the FedEx, like the UPS place, whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm autistic. Here it is. Here's the address. But it's paying.
Bro, how about we both get a job at UPS?
That's what I was.
Just so we can get the uniforms,
and
then we'll just show up at some like random girl's door and knock on the door, and when she opens, be like, "Hey, we're here for the gangbang."
For the gangbang. Somebody ordered 2 big packages, 2 medium-sized packages. Somebody order pizza. It's piping hot. I did want to say this, dude. Weed is not your trigger. Just because you got that pen, you'll hit that shit all day, every day. But you haven't had a drink in a very long time. And I gotta tell you, I don't want to sound like a pussy. How many?
18.
18 fucking months. I don't sound like a pussy. Dude, that like brought me joy that you were able to go that long without drinking. And I realized I'm sitting here drinking every time we record, and I am an enabling piece of dog shit.
You're not enabling me if I'm not drinking.
Oh,
I'm enabling you. I'm sitting
He's
here.
wonderful.
I'm sitting here feeding you beers and fucking recording it.
There were times I was hurting in the money. I'm like, dude, I can record, but I gotta have a couple drinks or else, because I'm worried I'm not gonna be interesting if I don't have a few drinks in me. He's like, hey, I brought you some beer, I brought you some claws. But the man could go into the liquor store, he could purchase something for me, but not use it himself. And there's something to be said about your willpower.
See, but that's going back to like the weird sex shit and like whatever. It's a mental thing, bro. It's not necessarily just the substances, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a mental behavior and a way of like thinking that fucks you up. So it can be anything. It could be sex. It could be gambling. It could be fucking drugs, right? It could be just like how you respond to things like stress-wise and everything like that. And that goes back to the definition, right? This like compulsive type of thing. If I gotta sit here and swipe on a fucking dating app every 3 fucking seconds because I need to fucking get some sort of a hit, it's like playing these like look at these little casino games on the phones, like Candy Crush a couple of years ago. Why was that so addictive? Everybody's sitting here playing Candy Crush because it's the same thing. It's this you become this like neurotic little compulsive thing where you gotta keep playing until you hit one more like ding ding ding.
I gotta get one more. I lost a life, man. Let me
like at the casinos, right? When you walk in, what is it? It's a bunch of blinking lights and ding 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 ding.
Overstimulation for an immediate dopamine hit.
Yeah, exactly.
So I know what you're talking about, but yeah, I mean, well, those freemium games, it's been well documented.
See what I mean?
What?
It has like they have their own name
They have
for
their own
a
name.
reason.
They're their own category, but they know how to trigger that compulsivity, and they know how to trigger that, get your attention. They know how to suck you in and keep you, and they know how to like set up those levels to where you're on a roll, and all of a sudden you hit a roadblock, loss of life, boom, I have no lives left. That's when the credit card comes out, because now I have to beat this. Like, I'm in a competition with myself. Humans, we are naturally competitive, and we are competitive like. I could have, it's like, my buddy's on level 743, I'm only on level 699. Like, I'll just put in my credit card to get unlimited lives. That's how they get you, man. It's just like the casino. They know how to put the real attractive Wheel of Fortune slot machine, bells and whistles going off. You're being blasted from every direction, lights, sounds, excitement at a table, and it's just, it is the same setup as a casino. How do we get your attention? How do we keep your attention? And how do we keep you glued here to compulsively spend more money before you realize you just lost your kid's college fund?
Dude, it's fucking for real, man. Like, that's... They just made it that much easier for people to just piss their fucking money away, dude. It's fucking sad.
I can fucking gamble my entire 401k away in a matter of hours on one of these sports betting apps. Like every podcast, every football, hockey game, half the ads are fucking are betting apps, betting websites.
Saying, bro. It's on the fucking billboards and shit.
Everywhere. They've legalized, and the government doesn't care because they're making a killing off this shit. Their only complaint is, why didn't we do this sooner? And man, it's too many ways to ruin your own life in a day. But everything's set up, Facebook, Instagram, it's all set up the same way to keep your attention. Keep that compulsivity. I gotta go to sleep. Next thing, you've been scrolling for the past 3 hours.
Oh, I was gonna ask you some questions about dating, but I don't think you wanna.
No, not at all.
Talk about all the girls you're cheating on with other girls.
Allegedly. I did bag a few months ago. What?
Who said they were girls?
Apparently this Grindr app where you can meet buddies who want to go fishing and go drink beer.
These guys are so friendly.
They're friendly. They're super nice. Bro, I've hung out with a bunch of dudes from Grindr. I never had to go into my pocket once. I did wake up a few times with no memory of what I did the night before. Man, I must have fell down some stairs. My ass hurt a lot, but I don't know, man. Everyone seemed to enjoy themselves, and it was a very nice apartment, so who am I to complain if my guest is being overly accommodating? I don't have Grindr. Yet.
You, yeah, I guess we can't talk.
I used to fuck with POF.
I was asking the girl that was over today, like, I'm like, which ones, like, are girls on these days, you know? And,
all of them.
She had a pretty funny story of how she got kicked off of Tinder.
Please.
Because, she was still, like, active and using at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So she was basically just, like, trying to get money from dudes to go get more shit. So she got kicked off for soliciting.
I met a few addicts on Tinder. I have never once sent a bitch $1. Although, homegirl...
I don't blame them at all.
I can't knock the hustle.
Like, if it's a girl that I'm cool with and I hear a story like that, LF, dude. Like, that's fucking great. Because we know that there's guys out there who are going to fucking pay her.
These fucking idiots out there that'll just send a bitch money without, like, ever meeting, seeing, like...
$20, dude. Listen, if a dude who never gets any fucking pussy thinks he's got a chance and he's willing to just shell out $20...
That's a delusional individual.
Might be delusional, but I mean, dude, for $20, it's worth a shot. If you really think you're that close to getting some pussy, and $20 is going to put you over the edge...
No, bro, but
I'm sure that if that guy's got $20... You know he's about to spend $20.
He'll spend his last $20 just to get a message from a bitch, and that's how fucked up it's becoming. I wish I could get through to a lot of these dudes and just like show them the way. I am fucking nothing. I'm 5'6" and fat. The only thing I have is biceps and shoulders. That's it. And I was making pretty decent money, but like I found the way to do it. It took me a long time, trial and error, and these guys are still under that 1950s method. But all I have to do is take her out, so get her on a few days, spend a few coins on her, and then maybe me and Midge are going to be going steady soon.
You know what? There are some that kind of go for that, I think.
Probably.
I know we're just like rehashing.
Yeah, I rehash everything.
Yeah.
I've yet to meet them. They're all whores. Can't trust them. But hey, man, they're not the hustle. If I had a fat set of tits and I could make money just by making guys think they have a chance, motherfucker, I would be bankrupting dudes.
Yeah.
Because they don't have consciousness to begin with. So fuck it. Why not? I wish I wish I had the mentality of a bitch where like I did not give a fuck about anyone else around me. This so I could just get money from everybody for not doing a goddamn thing.
It'd be easy.
Easy, but I'll tell you this: it's empty. It's very empty. I've yet to meet a bitch who has done that feels fulfilled in her life.
Yeah, because it's the same thing where you're always. It's literally like what we were just talking about. Of you get high and then you're not. Now you got to go chase to get fill that void again. And for them, it's the same thing. It's like they're constantly doing this, fake bullshit thing to try to get some money, and then after that, there's just nothing behind it. You know what I mean? Spiritually,
it's you're emotionally bankrupt. You're spiritually unfulfilled, and I do believe that women. They will search out that immediate relief, that immediate dopamine hit over the long term. So like, me and you, for instance, if you're having a real rough day, man, the court's fucked you over, you're having problems here, problems there, you want to reach for that drink because it's going to make you feel better immediately. My thing, I'd go for that Coke because I know it's going to take all my problems away.
It's going to tickle?
It's gonna tickle my problems away, like the guy I met on Grindr. We had a little tickle fight, and I don't know.
Andre, right?
Andre, oh god, he was adorable. What a fucking specimen of a human being. But they will take all my problems away. But the problem is
fingers like a feather.
Hey, well, anyways, for that immediate dopamine release, but as men, we're smart enough to realize, like, even if we do it for a while, that this is not healthy. So it's that immediate dopamine release versus the long term, where you know what, I'm fucking mentally destroyed right now. I could go get high. But you know what else I could do? I could sacrifice the feeling.
So that's what
go
to
the gym.
So me not getting laid is a long-term dopamine.
That's it. It is you are putting it off. What do they call it? A deprivation.
Yeah.
There's a word for it. Whatever it is. It's where you're holding off. It's something to do with like gratitude.
Yeah.
But you're like, I'm not going to get drunk. I'm not going to get high. I'm going to wallow in this sadness. You know what I'm going to do? I'm not sleeping anyway. Boom, I'm up at 4:30. I'm going to the gym. Because I know it's going to help me get one step closer to my goal. And it's going to suck. It's going to suck for a long time. You know what I'm going to do? I'm feeling super depressed. I'm not even going to turn that hot water on in the shower because I'm not feeling anything anyway, and I might as well. That cold water does something. The point is, you put yourself in these difficult situations when you are feeling your absolute worst. Instead of reaching for the bottle or reaching for the powder, you sacrifice time,
Talking
energy.
about protein?
No, I'm talking about the powder I put up my goddamn nose. But that's it. Don't put the powder up your nose. Scoop the fucking protein in. Go to the gym once, twice a day. Hit that fucking treadmill. Start taking laps around the neighborhood. Fucking, study something that challenges you. Short-term dopamine release versus sacrificing the now for later. Or whatever way you word that to where you're obtaining your long-term goals for true happiness, true fulfillment.
And I think you might have use the word deprivation, right? But
deprive
it's
yourself,
you're depriving yourself of whatever it is. And
delayed gratification.
Exactly, there it is.
That's it.
Yep.
And that is, it takes men, and I know I've been one of those, too long to realize, you know what? Fuck that Coke. I'm gonna feel this, whether it's a mental issue or it's a relationship issue, whatever. It's only temporary. So I'm gonna deal with this Andrew Tate, man. How you feel about him or not. He goes, when you're having a major problem in your relationship, she broke up with you, you got cheated on, whatever, that you don't understand the opportunity, that endless energy. Like, you're going to be anxious and depressed. You're not going to be sleeping because your mind's overworking, overclocking.
See,
you know what? Go to the fucking gym.
Isn't that kind of funny that he's basically promoting all this like anti-simp type shit, and then he's talking about when you're all butthurt and heartbroken. And I do like that advice, yeah, like, because that's basically like transforming that negative energy into a positive. So like, yeah, I'm all about that. But you could just not get butthurt in the first place.
Well, I will tell you this. That actually might be a bigger problem. The worst thing that could happen to a man, once it happens to you a few times, man, you stop giving a shit. It's like, that didn't even bother me. It's weird how, like, you know, when that happens enough, you become numb, but you become numb to other things in life.
I
When all
think
of a
it
sudden-
happens both ways because, you know, just think of it like one of these girls on these apps, 40-year-old, single, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like that girl's going to be fucking checked out too. Like I don't think that they're falling in love.
No,
You know
no,
what I mean?
you have to
Like-
break that wall down, and at that point, it's not worth it. But I think she is more prone, knowing that I could just meet a random guy, fuck him that night, get that
You're going to
immediate
be a
dopamine.
random guy and fucking.
I'm speaking as well. Obviously,
You're
I'm
still
on
talking about
Grindr.
Grindr?
No, I'm saying as a woman, no matter how old you get, it's always going to be easier for them. But she can. Oh, she's heartbroken. Like fucking half hour she gets broken up with. I know I can meet a dude on the internet, feel a connection, get fucked, and feel good that night. But the next day I'm going to wake up and feel empty. So it's almost a double-edged sword. But the thing is, when you start becoming numb to that, you become numb to other things. Where now, yeah, I had too much to drink out behind the wheel. That cop just got behind me. I don't give a fuck. I get pulled over. I don't give a fuck. Go to court. I don't give. You stop giving a fuck about everything else. Some people call that depression. That's probably what it is. But nothing really puts you fight or flight. You know, like you might lose your job, so I'm going to work harder. You have some bad shit happen to you in a relationship. All of a sudden, I don't even give a fuck if I get fired.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm getting the point across that I wanted to.
I think you were kind of playing both sides of the fence there a little bit, though.
Okay, good job.
Because you're talking about that mentality,
Mm-hmm.
but you could have different reasons for the mentality. So, like you said, you could be down in the dumps and saying, fuck it. Or you could be so checked out that you're just kind of like walking through the fucking fire, like what? You know what I mean? Where it's like a little bit of a different kind of thing.
Well, I think it's good to be able to walk through that fire, walk through that tunnel when you're feeling your worst, because, like you said, going to that meeting, man, all of a sudden it's and you just start to feel better. I'm not explaining myself
No,
properly.
I think you are. It's just, I think it's just a matter of like, in one sense, you're kind of walking with your head down, and in another, you're walking with your head up.
I am a walking contradiction.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not following. I apologize. I'm just, I have mommy issues, but I'm working through them. But I will say this: there are times where relationship is going fucking great, and I am miserably depressed. I'm taking my meds. I'm going to the gym. I'm eating better than I used to, and then all of a sudden, I'm just fucking down. But touching on what Tate says, when you're down, like whether you're anxious and have that endless energy, or you're depressed and don't have any energy, you force yourself to go to the gym because it will either elevate your mood or it will help calm some of that anxiety. Oh, and Tate, dude, he's one of the Paul brothers. It's a persona he's put out there because, like Howard Stern, nothing attracts more viewers and more interest than when people absolutely hate your guts. I've seen videos of him with his buddies.
And yet you get mad at us looking like idiots.
Well,
think about how much you hated seeing yourself.
I despise.
What if everyone else hates you just as much?
No,
then we're onto something.
Then that would work. But the problem is, I didn't say anything controversial enough. I think watching myself, I was like, people are just going to be like, "What is wrong with this person?" and become bored, and just I would be even more irrelevant than I am now. But the dude is actually when you see him talking to his buddies, he's like a genuinely decent human, I think. But yeah, you're right, man. I am just all types of contradictory. Contradictory. But I appreciate you always fucking, even when you get on my goddamn nerves, helping to point me in the right direction. I know I jumped around a lot there. But
I feel like we're about to tip this table over.
I know, I keep hitting it and making that
I'm
noise.
like leaning on it, and then you lean on it, and you hear it go.
But it's better than the...
Like a fucking...
This is our earlier recordings. I was banging everything, but you know what? You're right, man. Like the more you do it, the more you become self-aware of what you're doing. And now I put it over here on this what do you call it? This coaster there.
And I want to get the tablecloth.
Yes.
That'll be nice. Get the red and the yellow. He was bitching about the fucking yellow. He's like, you guys got to change the color. It's like, no, motherfucker. The yellow is what pops. Look at me. I got the red. I got the black. We got the yellow. Year of the Snake on the horizon. 8/11. Terry Bollea, a.k.a. Hulk Hogan, a.k.a. the Hulkster. Same birthday as none other than this motherfucker, right? What are we doing? We're recording in a room with red, yellow, black, harnessing the power of the snake. You're bitch about to harness my fucking snake, bitch.
It is the year of the dragon, and 2025 is going to be the year of the
snake. I already said this.
Are you sure? Oh, it is. I'm sorry, you're right. You're
what
the
do you
snake.
think I'm
My
talking
apologies. I thought you were wrong, and I was about to call you. Yeah, I thought you fucking misspoke, and I was about to call you an asshole, but you were 100% right.
Yeah, baby.
Sorry, down here was my.
So Hulk Hogan, as we said before,
mm-hmm.
year of the snake. He became famous, rocking red and yellow, all these snake colors. Come on, bro, it's that easy.
Well, I do like the yellow because it pops, and I liked it. I didn't even notice the red. Now I'm looking at it in the camera. It pops. It's a nice contrast. However, why did he dislike the yellow?
Who?
I'm not going to say the guy we were talking about before. Yeah, whatever.
He said he didn't like I don't know, he's bitching because that's what he does.
But I got to tell you, if that's all he's complaining about, maybe we're not as bad. Because, dude, I watched a few of those videos. I was like, this is terrible. But I think this night.
I think you're going to be very critical of yourself. And you got to realize we come in at all different,
mm-hmm.
we come in with all different types of energy on any given day. So
mm-hmm.
you might have just caught yourself in a moment where you didn't like what you saw. But who knows? Watch some more. We're 2 views away from 300.
Yeah, I remember you saying something along those lines a while back, and I don't know, man. I was looking, I'm like, that doesn't add up to what because you're the account holder, you see it differently than I do. But from an outsider's perspective and seeing how many views there, I'm like, where is he getting this number?
I'll show you when we're done. Bro.
I would hope so. Also, 1240.
Yeah, we got another 20, 30 minutes in you.
I do.
I see.
Tonight,
see how much we can get.
I will say, Tony, man, something's changed. I
hope it was your underwear.
No, I don't change that. Why would I?
So my daughter, she's like, she's 8 years old, talking about wanting to get on the show,
mm-hmm.
and I was like, yeah, the stuff we do is kind of like, for adults, and it was hard to hear her because she was trying to go to bed, so she's like whispering in the phone.
Mm-hmm.
But then she was like, "Oh, so you guys just tell dad jokes for like an hour?" Like, yeah, that sounds horrible.
I appreciate any type of criticism. I think it was O&A that did a family-centric show one time. I'm pretty sure it was them, and it was still kind of funny. So the point is, I mean, if you want to bring her in, I won't drink. We can make it a wholesome event.
We're never going to have my
Okay, fair enough. The way you were talking, I thought you were going to have her in. I'm sorry.
No, not at all.
I was just saying, if you do, man, I'll put the liquor away and the beer away. We get a nice wholesome show.
She'll just sit in the corner like this the whole time.
No, I know how to compose myself around children. Man.
Let's just hope the judge feels the same way.
I had a misunderstanding with a youngster. That is not my joke. That's Jimmy's.
Yeah, him doing Uncle Paul.
Oh my God! Get that out of the crib, bars, Pops. He's slapping at it like a joybo.
He's so fucked, bro. He married like some like tranny bitch.
They're married now?
Yeah. He married a dude.
You know what though? That is the thing. Is I am one day I am trying to. I want to be as honest as he is.
There goes one more comedian as a potential guest.
No, he's always been very open and honest about his sexual exploits, even as a young man. Even
but apparently he gets butthurt now if people like don't act like it's a girl or something. So I've heard. I don't know. I don't follow none of these motherfuckers.
That is completely opposite of
everything you know of him.
Everything you know of him.
Yeah.
I mean, he was the guy that would make fun of anyone for anything, and if you
people get sensitive when they get older, though, man.
Okay,
especially
fair
when
enough.
If you're insulated for that long of like, just doing your thing over and over and over again, like. These guys that are just, like, if we were doing this for 20, 30 years, like, I'm sure we would fucking despise it at a certain point. But then if, like, that's your job and that's how you make your money, and it's like me with, like, DoorDash or Uber. If that's how I'm making my money and it's as easy as just hitting a button, showing up and recording, like, of course they're just going to keep doing that because why are they going to turn off the faucet,
Well, don't turn off the faucet. Dude, you made a killing doing that. I was very impressed with, when we first reconnected with, how successful you were in doing just those things.
That kid finally paid me. I told you about him, right? The weird fucking kid that came in the hotel that I was like, yo, let me drive on your DoorDash because I got kicked off.
I know you did.
So I've been using his account and making some money off his
No shit, man. Okay, I'm good.
Yeah. But he owed me like $130.
Yeah.
So the girl I've been talking to, she was like getting all pissed off. She's like, this kid's gonna rip you off, like you're getting played, blah 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 blah. And it's like, listen, the kid's been hitting me up, like, you got Venmo, you got this, and I'm like, nah, dude, just fucking show up with cash.
Show us your cash, like a fucking.
And once you fucking pay me, I'll start driving again. Then you can start making money off of me. As long as I'm getting my money, you'll get yours. You know, until you pay me, I ain't gonna drive anymore. Like, that was a little test run. You still haven't came through with the cash. When you do, then we'll fucking reconvene. Sure enough, he finally showed up with the cash.
All right, good, man. I'm glad you finally getting back to your hustle because I was blown away by how much money there was to be made. But you were smart.
You got to work 24/7 for that.
Yeah, but you worked the late nights when most other people weren't. You know, you got people up late.
Well, it's because there's nobody on the fucking road.
And that's it. You're the only guy out there in an area. I mean, you're getting every order, every delivery, and most of the time, people that late, they're fucked up. They're gonna tip you nicely. So you still haven't told me how you got you did some dumb shit. I think you might have hit one of your I think one of your ride share buddies might have been talking too much shit, and I kind of have a feeling you might have smacked somebody allegedly.
Me?
I feel like that's the. No, all right. I have no idea. Who are you?
You're just trying to manufacture shit for the show right now, bro.
I
am not assaulting anyone.
Oh my God! Why would I say? Yeah, I was definitely trying to fuck you over. Oh man, open mouth, insert dick. I mean, let me get on Grindr. Hold on, let me see if I can any hits.
Any hits?
Any hits? No.
Yeah, man. So apparently, Facebook dating is like the one I've been hearing more of lately.
Facebook dating.
Yeah.
Really?
I don't do Facebook though, so I don't know.
I deactivated my account years ago.
Yeah, I don't know how that works.
You see it, right?
What?
Dude, my balls do not itch at all. My balls didn't itch for a month when I didn't do this. Now I'm here and I'm like, it's got to be the chair, right?
Probably.
Shit, somebody really had to. I was on the wrong path, and you're over here like, here's what you got to do, here's what you got to do. I'm not listening. All of a sudden, dude over here, he just was like a couple little sentences here, and I was like, oh, I've been fucking up. And brought me back to where I needed to be.
What year are you born again?
85. I forget what year I am.
You're an ox.
Oh, I'm an ox, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so this should have been a good year for you.
It was not. It was absolutely terrible. But you know what?
I'm a rat, though, and that should have been a good year for me, too. That didn't happen. I bumped into another rat, and they said the same thing, that their year was kind of rough. But then you want to factor in the elements. So
that's the thing. I never got into
the girl I'm hanging out with today, she's asked me, I'm dating this guy. I kind of know the dude, but he's got some drug issues, and this girl's staying clean. So I'm like, yeah, that's probably not the best guy for you to be dating. So then she's like, ooh, do his birthday. Sure enough, enemy sign. And like I said, the enemy will be presented as everything you want, except there's always going to be that thing that ends up being like the detriment. And sure enough, this girl is clean, sober. This guy is like, like her dream guy, except he's got this issue, and God forbid, she gets feelings for this guy. Next thing you know, she's hanging out with him, and now they're both doing it.
So she got back into it.
Yep, and there goes all her sobriety, right?
It's just gone right down the drain.
So, it's clear as day. And, of course, I told you how the one girl I've been hanging out with, that was my enemy sign, right? The weekend that she was at the house is the weekend I got kicked out of that guillotine league, the fantasy football one. I never told you.
Why the fuck? How did you get...
There's a fantasy football league I was in.
You lost?
Guillotine league. So every week, whoever has the lowest points gets fucking eliminated.
Yep.
I lost by less than a point. And
bro.
It was the weekend. That girl was over all weekend. Who I also didn't fuck. So all you ladies out there watching, you will never fuck me. It's impossible because I don't fuck.
He doesn't.
ever.
He really doesn't. I put my ear to the door to try to listen. He's not fucking.
No matter what you think, you can't do it. So don't try.
Which is funny because the man used to just fucking got one, got another one.
We're going for a little reverse psychology now that we're famous.
We got 13 views.
I'm gonna tell every bitch it's never gonna happen. You can't fuck me. I'm basically like Tim Tebow, you know.
And exactly, who do all the girls, especially at the University of Florida back in the mid-2000s, who they want to fuck Tim Tebow because they all want to be the first? That has gotten me more laid than ever. More laid than anything else when I'm like, look, I'm going to be real with you. I had a couple drinks and I feel I need to be honest. You're not really my type, not really what I go for. But I got to tell you, I really like hanging out with you.
You got to sell
do.
cars or something, bro.
I am, but dude, somebody told me like I am just you. Authentic and completely full of shit, but it works. But again, I'm 5'6" and fat, and I know I'm making up fucking excuses, so I gotta play the game. And
Hold on, I gotta tap into some of this manipulation.
Tap into it.
So we'll talk about G Money real quick.
Mm-hmm.
You think I should go there and tell her, listen?
No.
This is never gonna work. This is never gonna work.
No, God,
You just wait. Oh,
look.
This is exactly what you were just saying.
No, I know. But look. I don't believe you have that. That is something you have to do on a date or after a couple of dates. I don't think you're there yet, man. And maybe I don't know shit about shit, but I think I know a little about this. You're not there yet to be able to do that. I think you need to.
You don't think I have enough leverage?
Leverage yet? I think if you couple of dates, you can make that happen.
So you don't think you could apply that strategy? Listen, because if that strategy works, I know what you're saying, right? It's like you got to run the ball to set up the pass.
Yes.
But what I'm saying is, if I applied that strategy, I went in and I said, listen, I'm going to be honest. What's really important to me is that we're friends first.
I
don't think this is ever going to work. So why don't we just worry about being friends? Because I'll be honest, you don't want to fuck me.
I got to give you the cold hard truth. You're not going to like it, bro. You are not. You haven't started the game yet.
I don't have enough manipulation.
You don't have enough time on the field.
See, I think I have enough.
Go and do it.
I think I got my foot in the door enough that if I was to go there, I could do some damage.
Look,
here's the problem. I don't really want to go out because I'm still a little irritable. And that situation is something that would make me irritable on top of it. So if I was in there and let's just say I was getting a little ornery and who knows, maybe me and her are talking a little bit and somebody decides they want to be Captain Save-A-Ho and try to step in and intervene or comment and chirp from the sidelines. I don't know why. I'm just picturing somebody trying to say something for whatever reason and it just turning into a fucking fight.
Look, dude, I told you my plan. We go in there, she's working. Like, make sure that she's our bartender or our server. You're going to have to go to the bathroom for a little while when she comes over, and I can wheel this for you. I can say the right things. You know me, I'm a manipulative cocksucker, and I hate that, but it has helped me many times throughout my adult life. Thing is, I want to put it in perspective. Let's say you're at your job, right? And you have a customer that came in a handful of times. You guys became friendly, she got your number. You talk back and forth, you might be interested, but you're not showing you're interested. You don't see the bitch for a very long time. You hear from her sporadically, and all of a sudden she comes up to you at your job and goes, look, I think we're just better off as friends. I just don't think it's going to work out between us, and it's important for us to be friends first. You're going to look at her and say, what the fuck are you talking about? I barely know you.
Nah, it's different if we're talking and she's thinking that it's like serious. You know what I'm saying? If you can tell that she's got that vibe of like, oh, he's trying to be too serious about it almost, you know what I mean?